Hey everybody, Mr. J Noster here with the Nosters channel, and this is not a video I expected to make. However, due to some recent events and a couple of you asking to know what happened, I thought I'd make an official statement on this topic. The topic in question being what went down with My Singing Monsters Project Awakening. Yeah, the Roblox game. Well, hopefully I can answer some of your burning questions and bring a little bit of light to this subject. Now, you do see me here, full glory, except for my face, because I will not be revealing my face until much later, and we'll talk about that during the subscriber special coming out later, either this week or beginning of next week. Whenever I have the challenge done, I'll talk about that at the end of the video as well. Pretty much, yeah, you finally get to see me somewhat what I look like. I'm wearing my suit as I do as Mr. J Noster fashion to always wear a suit, and that's just who I am, baby, in a suit. I am excited to speak with you on this topic because it's long overdue, and I think you guys deserve to know, and I deserve to talk on it because it directly affected me directly, and I'm going to say it twice, and I'm going to say it a third time because directly I was affected. I want to start this off by making a few disclaimers first before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video. I will be censoring the name of the creator of the game, the owner. I do not want to be stirring up any unnecessary drama. This is more of a statement for, how you say, education purposes. I don't find it in good taste to name drop any individual people, except if they are close friends of mine who helped me out, that I will mention in this video. And I also ask that everyone here who does know who I'm referring to, the creator, do not send any personal hate their way. Our issues are completely resolved, the beef has been squashed, etc. I am only speaking on this topic to bring light to the subject and show what happens when a good thing goes bad, and how someone who wants to start a new project like this can avoid the issues that happened in this one. Starting off, I like to explain what this project even was, as well as what my role in all of this was. My Singing Monsters Project Awakening was an ambitious love letter to the hit mobile game My Singing Monsters. It was a fan-made project with a few main developers. However, one of them was truly the owner and creator, which will become an apparent issue later. This game was created from scratch using the Roblox game developing program, Roblox Studio, which is both a blessing and a curse. Now, as ambitious and talent-filled this project was, it wasn't without its flaws. I was brought onto the team as one of the vocalists for a couple monsters, but I soon became the main vocalist, being very blessed to have single-handedly voiced the most monsters for one individual voice actor in the game. 7 monsters that I voiced were able to be bought, bred, placed, and listened to. However, I recorded a total of 26 individual vocal tracks for the game, and was set to do a 27th right before the shutdown. Don't worry, we'll discuss the shutdown later. These were the monsters that would fill out the rest of the Pyro Aqua and Ember Overgrowth Islands, with the final upcoming track to be released on the now never releasing new island. Now, I don't say this to brag or seem self-righteous. It is more so a statement on the validity of what I went through and my right to speak on this matter. I was brought into this project right before it became a public access game. In fact, only a few days after I recorded the original batch of the Pyro Aqua vocals, I was told that these vocals were to actually be added in a game. I was the most ecstatic I've probably ever been for a project, because being in any sort of video game is the most exciting, dream-fulfilling experience I could ever ask for. This is already where things started to become strange. I asked the owner for credit, where credit was due, and I was promised that credit, except news flash, I was never given that credit until I had to beg and get others involved just to be credited. In fact, in the main game itself, no one but the creator was credited for their work, and it only got worse. I was asked to do new vocals for the newest island. This was before the rumored 5th island was teased, the one right before the shutdown, Ember Overgrowth was probably the best song in the project, and it does make me a bit sad that you guys will never be able to hear it to its entirety. That goes for Pyro Aqua too. I recorded an entire slew of new vocals before the ones on Pyro Aqua were all released. Now this is my first J Notester criticism section of the video. Ooh. Finish your current project / island before releasing a brand new one. You can tease it, but finish the current one first. It's just weird game design to randomly stop an island song halfway before it gets a chance to even sound complete. That's like if I uploaded a bunch of individuals and then update for my last song, 7 Sea Shanty, and then just started releasing the next island's content before even finishing the latter. I did those vocals, sent them, only one was featured, Boscus, before the shutdown, and still there were no credits. And then the big career-defining event took place. About a week ago, infamous MSM tuber, MSM Pokegamer, released a video reviewing our game. And I do say our game because it would be nothing without everyone who worked on it. Some of my closest friends worked on this game as well, and deserve to be noticed as I did. Regardless, MPG does a whole reaction video. Most of you have seen his reaction to my vocals already, so I won't be talking about that again. To answer some of the responses I got, I only quote-unquote milked his reactions because I had no credits for what I did. If I hadn't commented on his video and been seen by him, he would never have known that I did those vocals. And I know he doesn't know who I am, but to me this is the biggest deal of my YouTube career. I felt it was only fitting that if I wouldn't be credited by the owner for my hard work, then I take matters into my own hands. I credited myself with those videos I put out and made sure to constantly remind the owner to please credit me for all those vocals I did. Updates were about to release, which most likely would have included a lot more if not all of the rest of my vocal tracks, and there still would be no credits for everything I had done. A quick shout out and thank you to the friends who helped me get credited. I was credited, not on the main credits, but below them in a separate small message, but I was credited. It all seemed to be going right finally. However, the MPG reaction video was exactly what put the nail through the coffin for this project. Just the same as the Lost Landscapes by Raw Zebra, MPG had put our game on the radar for Big Blue Bubble and their higher-ups, who really hate when fans make games from their assets. Not videos, not art, just games. The owner was messaged by one of the monster handlers at Big Blue Bubble, not requesting a complete takedown of the project, but an official warning to basically remake the MSM assets into OG assets or risk legal action. I will read that message to you now. Hi there. Thanks for accepting the request. I wanted to send you a couple of messages about Project Awakening. Maybe you were expecting this, maybe not, but I originally reached out to Raw Zebra about the Lost Landscapes, so I'm extending the same courtesy to you. I can give you the short version first, and send you the long version if you think it would help. But the short version is, Big Blue Bubble loves seeing fan creators who work on amazing projects. Fan art, fan games, and the like are always super encouraging to the team. We've got a pretty lenient fan content policy and a pretty big fan kit to let people grab some assets and make content within some boundaries. There are some lines that can't really be crossed, generally involving ripping or using assets directly from the game. Things like sprites, animations, sounds, and graphics otherwise not a part of the fan kit. These things violate the user agreement. They also cross into copyright territory. MSM, the brand, the characters, and all that goes along with it isn't owned by Big Blue Bubble. It's the property of our parent company, Enad Global 7. Enad Global 7? Enad Global 7? Anyway, at the end of the day, they have the final say on how and where our game gets distributed. And when someone uses the game files in a way that hasn't been permitted, it's that company that comes down on someone, not Big Blue Bubble. So I wanted to reach out to you first and give you a bit of friendly advice on your fan project. I'm not here to warn you or tell you to not continue working on it, but in fairness to how we approach the Lost Landscapes, I need to share the same advice with you. Now, no small MSM creator wants a massive corporate entity knocking down their door because they put a toe jammer in their game. There were talks of redesigns for every monster, which means over 50 monsters with animations that were already finalized now had to be scrapped and redone. Second, J Notester criticism. Don't do music-bound, originally ported 2D animation in Roblox Studio. It never looks good. The animations were choppy and unsynced, and that was not the animators' fault. Great animators with awesome original rigs like Sampel, Piggy26, Sweet, and a ton of others made amazing animations for each monster track. It was coding that into the Roblox system that made it look the way it looked. Next time, finalize each animation loop and sound sync before moving on to the next monster and island. These kind of projects need quality over quantity. So, how was this new copyright issue handled? New assets, full credits? No, the owner gave up and quit. And now, with the poor reputation that this game had gotten after finding out that even main devs and composers were not credited for their songs, their concepts, their work, it's honestly probably a good thing that this game is no longer running. It may have seemed like a fantastic homage to original MSM and had great potential, but it was ultimately the poor management and lack of care for exposure to those who deserve that caused this game to be less than an ideal place to be behind the scenes. There was no blatant dev abuse or belittlement, but the lack of crediting, the lack of communication, as many people were told that their game additions would be in the final product, but were ultimately cut or replaced by other additions without even a heads up from the owner, and the shooting down of great original ideas all led to this being an inevitable demise for My Singing Monsters Project Awakening. It's too bad, too. Like I just stated, this game had so much room for growth. And no, it's not MPG's fault. The guy was having a blast playing the game and wanted to give exposure to smaller creators. He did a charitable thing and is now blamed because of the TLL situation. Don't blame him. He just wanted to enjoy a new MSM experience again. Anyway, I'm the Blaze Temple Furcorn guy, and if you are hiring, I'll put my Discord in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hey, sorry this video was more dire than what I usually upload and chat about, but it needed to come to light because this had happened in other places, and it's just wrong. Like I said, for those of you who know who the owner is that I'm talking about, don't go harass them in DMs or leave comments on their videos anywhere. Here's a screenshot of them apologizing for what went wrong, and there's no more bad blood. This isn't me hating on this guy for what happened. It's just an informative, don't do this kind of video. That's all. Love you, gang. And I'll see you in the next video. Prepare for our 1,000 subscriber special coming soon. Join the Discord. We are hosting a fan art challenge for anyone who can make fan art within the rest of this week before the video goes live, gets their fan art featured. Link to the Discord is in the description as always, but now I'm telling you about it, so you have to join legally by law. I will make you. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye, and subscribe. All right, peace out. I'll see you later.